Hi guys, happy World Bipolar Day. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I do hope I'm going to post it today because today is 30th March and I'm at the Accra High School about to do a speaking engagement to create awareness on bipolar disorder. So let's go. This is Accra High School.
Happy World Bipolar Day.
Mental health is very important, but most of us don't understand. So please be attentive, keep quiet and listen to what we are here to discuss with us.
It's two conditions in one. So when the person is in a manic phase, in a white shirt phase, class, we are relating a manic phase to your white shirt. What really happens there? So one, you said that the person is what? Having persistently elevated, expansive, that is a big word. Persistently, so it's all the time. And the mood is what? Elevated, expansive, and irritable mood. Irritable mood means the slightest thing that the go through. And yes, I'm the here, but the slightest thing that the go through. So the manifest is what really happens. Yes.
Can you guys hear me at the back? Say, at the back, can you hear me?
All right, so I'm here with Miss Ese and I, a person with lived experience of the condition. We just have listed a few questions that will throw more light on the condition and her experiences for you to get a better understanding of what we are talking about today as we mark the Bipolar Day celebration. So a simple question for all of us to understand is when and how did you notice you were experiencing mental health problems?
So it started in 2015 and I was at the University of Ghana. I was a student there studying French and linguistics. And I was in a relationship from after WASI to that second year of university. And so I had to end the relationship because I entered the relationship for my own personal reason, an ulterior motive, and the other person too. So when the relationship ended, it really hurt me. I didn't know it was going to hurt me that much because that was my very first serious relationship, and I had built my world around this person. So when I no longer got this person's calls, this person's texts, I started feeling lonely, and depression set in. I'm sure you guys saw the symptoms of depression. So what's anyway? Please go online when you go home and look at the symptoms. So I started experiencing symptoms of depression. But I didn't know it was depression. I just thought, oh, that's the symptoms of broken heart. So I started losing interest in activities. I was on campus. My parents had no idea. You know how all of us, we have a certain life with our friends. We also have a certain life with our family. And they didn't know till I came home. I started experiencing psychosis. I was seeing and hearing things. It was like I was losing my mind. I thought I was going to die. I wanted to die. It was just really, really bad. And so that's when and how I got to know. But actually, we got to know after visiting we started with visiting churches. They would pray for me. After a while, I wasn't getting better. I was finally sent to the hospital and I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Thank you. So what was the initial reaction of your family and friends and colleagues?
Well, when I was diagnosed, I didn't tell a lot of people. For my family, they took it very well because my mother's brother lost his mind through drug abuse. So she had, it wasn't something new to her. She understood what it's like to have a family member who has a mental health condition. And they were very supportive. They were with me through thick and thin. For my friends, they didn't really know much about mental health. So they only saw the symptoms and thought, oh, maybe somebody is doing me spiritually. So they just took it, they didn't know how to take it. But I'm the one who didn't take it very well because it felt like the end of my life, a death sentence, because I had planned out my life from nursery to after school, what I'm doing. So for me to be told, now I have a mental health condition, I need to take medicine every day, I need to come for review appointments, I cannot sleep without the medication, I cannot function well. I did not take it well at all. I didn't.
Two things that I want you to notice here as students. As at the time she had her condition, stigma for mental health problems was on the high. Now it has reduced. We've gone around the schools. So I expect you to feel comfortable to talk to it about yourselves with your family. If you have a condition, feel free to talk to it to them. Then again, remember, as she said, her family were very supportive. Be supportive to your friends, be supportive to your family in the case when you are aware of it. Feel free to talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, the problem will worsen. Okay, let's drive. How difficult or painful was it to live with the condition? And in what ways did it impact you, your friends? Okay. How difficult or painful was it to live with the condition? In what ways did it impact you and your friends and family relations?
Well, with my friends and family relations, because I wasn't adhering to treatments, so it's like the malaria, which I refused to treat, it got worse. You know how sometimes when you don't finish your malaria treatment, the malaria comes back and comes back harder. Who has experienced that before? Okay, so that's how it was for me. Because I was refusing treatment and management, my symptoms got worse. So I was very unstable. Today I'm laughing with you, we are having a good time. In the next few hours I'll be insulting you, I'll be angry with you for no reason. I was dressing indecently to class. Sometimes I'll just leave campus, go home, tell my mother that I need money for books. The next thing is that I'm a Malcolm, buying things I don't need. Sometimes I buy two of something which I don't need. I'll be fighting with the people in the shop because I didn't calculate what I needed and I've come there. So it was just trouble. I was trouble for everyone. And personally, when I started adhering to treatments, what I didn't like was that now all the clothes that I once used to fit in, I either had to give them out or send them to the seamstress to be alterated. Imagine I was 68 kilos and my weight started rising very high. Now, guess how much I weigh? Now, I think I'm now 97 kilos. Yes, and mind you, I was diagnosed when I was 21. And even though genetically, I know my mother's side, they have the tendency to gain weight. The doctor, if you were paying attention, she was talking about weight gain. So for me, when I started gaining weight rapidly, some of my friends would be passing silly comments like, hey, you are growing fat, or hey, why were you sleeping in class? Hey, you have become big, or you're not nice again. It was very painful for me. It's like a lot was happening to me at the same time. It was difficult, it was a difficult journey, but I'm just grateful at the time I had a psychologist who would speak to me and make me understand that this is not a death sentence. You can still do all the things that you want to do. You can still be in school, graduate, and start working and live the life that you want. You can have a family and all that. So it was very difficult for me. And at the time, mental health wasn't all over the place like now. And so I expect that, not that I expect, I am really charging all of you and count yourself blessed to be hearing about mental health at your age. This is Form 1. Form 1. When I was like you, I think I was about 15. I never knew anything about mental health. If I knew something about mental health, I would have known what was happening to me on campus was depression. So don't let it end there. Make sure you read more.
Very good, thank you. Now, the next question. How have you been taking care of yourself?
So I do a lot of self-care. I care for myself daily. So before I came here this morning, I've already taken my mood stabilizers. This evening I'll be taking my next set of mood stabilizers and antipsychotic medication. I make sure that I know my triggers and my stresses. Those are the things that put me off. For example, anger doesn't help me at all. So I try as much as possible to deal with my anger and the things that set me off. I also make sure that I do a lot of de-stressing. I don't accumulate stress. If let's say I go out today, tomorrow I'll make sure that I give myself some time to rest. I make sure I sleep early. Sometimes I do walking, and then I also make sure that if I've learned to say no. If I can't do something for you, I'll tell you no, because I'm the type that sometimes I try to make everyone happy, forgetting about myself. So if I need to say no to you, I'll say no, because I need to take care of myself. It's not always about other people, and I make sure that the space I'm in it's well organized. I don't like scattered things. It affects my mood and my mental health, and I make sure that if I need to, I don't take calls all the time. Like if I need to know, like I have a particular friend, if she calls you in the morning, it means she has trouble. So such a person, when I wake up in the morning and I see she's calling, I make sure I've done my quiet time with God, read my Bible, meditated and all that, then I return the call, because I feel like if I pick that call when I haven't spoken to God, I will just be very angry. So those are some of the things I do.
Thank you. So currently, how supportive have your friends and family been to you? And what do you think has motivated them to be supportive to you?
Well, I think the support started from my road to recovery very early. You know, sometimes when people are your friends and family, they are obligated to help you. Thankfully, that's what happened in my situation. And over the years,
currently, how supportive have your friends been, and what do you think have motivated and influenced them?
Okay, so I'm not working full time anymore. So, for instance, my parents pay for my medication and all that. If it hadn't been for them, I don't know how I would have survived. For my friends too, they understand that the work I do is helpful. So when I started as a mental health advocate, sharing my story, putting my videos on my YouTube channel called Mental Health Protest, some of my friends agreed to come to be interviewed on the channel. And not once in a while, all the time, people send me messages. I see what you are doing. I'm proud of you. Continue doing what you are doing. All those things lift my spirit up, because there are days that the doctor said, why not you? There are days that I'm actually not happy. I'm angry that God, why would you know me? I didn't deserve this. I'm not saying God gave it to me, but we all have those days when we are not happy about something. And so, with the support of my friends, I come back on track and realize that what you are doing is a good thing, so keep it up. And I have been blessed because of that. I wouldn't be where I am today had it not been for my parents. I have friends who also have bipolar disorder, but they can't come out and talk about their lived experience with bipolar disorder because they do not have the support of their family and their friends. And it's their same friends who stigmatize against them. So support, I know I have a huge support system, and I owe it all to God because He chose to put me in that family. He chose to give me the friends that I have. He chose everything. So He's the ultimate source of my support system.
Good. What do you think about knowledge? Do you think that people generally have knowledge about bipolar disorder, and what would you advise? These are students that we're having engagement with. What do you think? These are students we're engaging with, so what's your advice for them generally?
My advice to you all from today is that you should read more about mental health and bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is just one of the conditions that affects your mental health. Just like the way you have a physical body that gets infected by sicknesses, malaria, headaches, and those things, your mental health too gets affected by sicknesses. We have so many mental health conditions. It's not only bipolar disorder alone. So go home, take your phones or your laptops, go online and read more. You will have access to so much knowledge. Don't say that, oh, with this thing, God forbid, it will never happen to me, it will never happen to my family member, it will never happen to my friend. Don't think you are exempted. They said 1 in 4 people will experience a condition in their lifetime. It's not a case, it's just statistics. So make sure that you read more, go on YouTube, look at videos, learn about other people's experiences. I have friends who do not have mental health conditions, but at a point in their life, they had a mental breakdown. So it's possible that you will not have the condition, but what you are going through is affecting your mental health. Even good things can cause you to have a mental breakdown. Maybe you always wanted a baby girl. Now you have gotten your baby girl. You have grown up. You have everything, but you are finding it difficult to sleep. You are having postpartum depression and all that. So don't think, oh, it's only bad things. She says she has broken hearts. That's why she all happen like that. Even good things can happen to you. You always wanted to travel to UK. Now you're in UK. You don't have family members and friends. Now you're going through anxiety and depression. So it's good to equip yourself with knowledge about mental health. It's very good. When you do that, you are able to see when something is happening to someone or someone is going through something. I'm sure after all that you have learned, you are seeing things a little differently. Now you are beginning to notice, oh, this is my uncle. That's why he behaves like this, because of trauma. So it's very, very important that you go and learn more. It's never enough. Even me that was sitting there today, I was listening to everything because it's never enough to know about mental health. Don't think ahead. When you go, when there's your TV, they are showing anything about mental health, make sure you watch radio, you tune in. It will really help you, and encourage your friends and your family members to do the same. Even your WhatsApp status, you can put something about mental health day. You do not know who is watching and who is going to help.
Thank you very much. Now, this is my interesting and favorite question. I know that you are an accomplished woman against all odds, and since you have your condition. The students, I'm sure they want to know about it. Tell us some of your achievements and what you have been doing lately. In school, at least you're able to finish school.
Yes, the best thing that happened was that I was able to graduate from the University of Ghana with a good degree. That's one of the best things that happened.
Can you give a round of applause?
Because I wanted to drop out, but thankfully I was able to graduate. I even had to resit 3 courses in the university, like rewrite those courses I failed, because when I was sick, I couldn't stay during lectures. You will see me walking around, and I was able to go back, resit those 3 courses. Whilst my mates were free, I had to resit those courses graduate. So it was a big deal. And after school, I've been involved in a lot of mental health projects. I've been involved. One of the biggest ones is when I got to share my story in the WHO mental health report last year. I have also had the opportunity to work in mental health research as a peer researcher. I know some of these things you not understand, but basically what I'm saying is because I've chosen to share my story, it has opened doors for me. It has made me meet people who also want to promote the cause of mental health awareness. I've been on TV, radio, so many things. Even my YouTube channel is one of my biggest accomplishments because when I started, I didn't even think people would subscribe. Mental health protests, and because of that, I'm different. I know if this thing didn't happen to me, my life would have been very, very different. And through MHO2, I've had the opportunity to meet students like you all the time to share my story. And it's a huge accomplishment to me because when I remember where I was, I thought I would lose my mind. And I'm sitting here today. If you had told that Ese and I who was crying that one day she would share her story, she would have found it hard to believe.
So the lesson here is that if you notice that you are going through certain problems, that you need help, that your friend needs help, immediately seek for help. If you do not, it will worsen. And when it worsens, treatment and recovery is quite difficult. Seek help, recover, and you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. Mrs. Nam, so your final words that we conclude this interview. Your final words.
Oh, sorry. So looking at them. I hope everything I said, you people help me. Sorry I was looking here most of the time. But my final words to all of you, I want to stand up and say this because it's very important to me. My final words to you all is that you should all take care of your mental health. Your mental health is like a white sheet of paper when you are born. But things can happen which can make your white piece of paper crumpled, stained and all that. But make sure you prioritize your mental health every day of your life because I'm telling you, it's expensive to live with a mental health condition. And when you are going through something, don't keep it to yourself. Don't say, hey, if I go and say what is wrong with me, people will laugh at me. I'm sure you have school counselors. You can talk to your school counselors, you can talk to your pastors, your imam, talk to someone who can help you or redirect you. MHA left their suicide prevention number there. Make sure you talk to someone because one of the things that made my road to recovery difficult is when I'm going through something, I don't want to tell you, but I was that secretive. So make sure you talk to someone. Even sometimes talking takes the burden off easily, and make sure that all the days of your life you do not also affect somebody's mental health because sometimes even the jokes we crack to one another, hey, your head is long, go, that thing can follow the person even to their 40s. So let's be mindful of the things we say, the teasing we tease people. You think they are joking, but to shock you, it will shock you that the little things you do can cause someone to never be. Maybe your teacher did it to you. You have not forgiven the teacher. Please let it go. When someone offends you, let it go because that's one of the ways you can be free. And let's not make excuses for ourselves. Some people say, oh, my father raped me. That's why I hate all boys. Something happened to you. We don't dispute that. But make sure you seek for help, okay? Okay? Will you do that for yourself? Yes. Great job. So It was nice meeting you all. I hope I'll see you again somewhere so successful, so proud, and come and tell me, Ese and I, you came to my school and today, look where I am. It's good to see you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we've ended the conversation. I'm sure that you have some questions. So the two other presenters, Mr. Hanoe and Amma, please join us here. Prince. We have 15 minutes to do this so that we can go on the next break.
I want to come back.
Changing. As soon as I know that change.
Hello. My question is to any of the panelists. I want to know whether this is a mental health condition. There are people, when you speak to them or they are close to you, you are doing something, but you realize the person is so far away. The person is absent-minded. Or you ask the person to do something, and do this after that, do this other thing. The person does the first one and forgets the second one. Or that not do the first one and does the second one. I have experienced lots of students who have this issue. You are talking to them, but you can tell they are not with you. Is this a mental health condition?
Yes, so we will not conclude outright as a mental health condition, but it could be a symptom of a mental health condition. Sometimes stress by itself, so just like we also go through a number of stress, their school fees haven't been paid, the exam they have to write, they want to check their results, and it's F in chains. And that's a low repeated sleeplessness. So you are talking to them and their concentration, their focus is not here. It's good you relate to students. If you are told me like they are older people, I suspect that they may be having some challenges. But for young people, the stress they go through, and sometimes that some students are maybe using some substances, so that can also affect their concentration. So you'll be talking to them and they are absent-minded. Yes. So if we really don't conclude outright that they have mental health, but we probably have to assess them, and it can help us to know what is really happening. I don't know whether the second is going to add something.
So just as Mr. Kami said, it's too quick to say that one has a mental condition because the person is absent-minded. You need to have other symptoms of other conditions. So maybe the person is absent-minded and the person is doing A, B, C, other things which are also not normal, or for lack of a better word, abnormal. Then we can say that this person passes for this diagnosis or that diagnosis. So just one symptom would be very difficult for us to say that the person has a mental condition. But poor concentration is something that's very common among students, because of so many stresses that they might be going through.
Well, for me, you know yourself much better than I do. If you think that your concentration level is on the downside and you need help, the psychologist is here. You have been told we are almost out of time, you need to go for a break. If you think that you need help, just sit there when everybody is gone. She'll have a few minutes with each of you and she'll give you some advice. Alright, thank you. Next question, please. is a brief of what are the possible outcomes? Hello. Hi. My question is, as a student, if you start taking this weed coffee smoke and a whole lot of stuff, what are the possible outcomes on your brains?
Yes, so thank you very much. So for young adults like you, most of you are in your reproductive years. And at this age, most of you are below the age of 25. What the science shows is that at this stage, your brain is still developing. Your brain is still developing. So when you use drug or any drug use at this stage is drug abuse. There is no same levels of drug use for students like you. Are we okay? Because your brain is still developing. And just like your master said, when you start using drugs has the ability to interfere with the development of your brains. Are we okay? Are you listening? So no drug is safe at this level. If somebody tells you that when you use drug you can perform better, you see some of our friends who are on the streets. Are we okay? So please, if you are about 25 and you are using, I don't mind, I will say that don't, but at this stage, no amount of, there's no safe level of drug use among students. It can interfere. You have people who are using drugs, and as we are assessing them, they can't account for a period of years in their lives. But that's when the drug interfered with their brain development. Are we okay? So please stay off drugs for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we said hallucination is when someone sees or hears something which is not before him or her. So does that mean people who, or spiritual people who see things or hear but it's not before them are suffering from hallucination?
That's a big one. That's a big one. People even argue that some of our, I don't want to use certain words. Some of our prophets hallucinate. You can get someone working in a corporate organization, and one day the person says, "I don't want to work again because I feel called to do the work of God." So there are parameters. There are some prophecies that you can hear, and you can tell that this is a no. It's not a normal thing. Okay, and that's aside, apart from the hallucination too, there are irrelevant speech. Your speech is incoherent. We are talking about one subject. Before we know it, we are talking about other things as well. Then you go about on the same subject. Okay, so when that aside, that can also tell us that you are hallucinating or you are not doing your. Okay, so that's my bit about it.
So,
Okay, so my question is, what causes migraine? Because I was told that when you have migraine, there is no cure for it. So I wanted to ask.
Yes, so migraine, just like any other headache. When you are having headaches, headache is an indication that there's something wrong in your system. Are we okay? So just like headache, migraine is also an indication that probably you are under too much stress. So that's really what stress can bring about migraine. But it is not accurate to say that there's no treatment. In fact, there's treatment that you can come to us. In fact, we have people who have come to the mental hospital with migraine and they've been treated and they are fine. they are no longer taking the medication again. Are we okay? And sometimes when we come, we want to do a number of lab investigations to be sure if the migraine is not as a result of another physical condition. If you are able to identify that physical condition, we treat that physical condition, and automatically your migraine will go away. Are we okay? Sometimes some people they don't even need medications. They can see their psychologist and just talk therapy is enough for the people to let their migraine go away. Are we okay? So there's treatment. Okay, thank you very much.
My question, can mental illness through heredity be cured?
So I hope you are aware about diabetes. Yes. You know about hypertension. Yes. You know about people having asthma. Yes. So these conditions are all chronic conditions. We don't cure them, but we manage them. Are we okay? So the same thing with mental health conditions. But all the mental health conditions have genetic underpinnings. All of them, including alcohol abuse or alcohol use. People who are using alcohol, we believe that some of them have inherited it in a way. Are we okay? So for all of them, including mental health conditions, chronic disease, just like this now shared her experience with you. She said this morning she has taken her mood stabilizers already. She had this condition long ago, but she still was living with the condition. So you need to take the medication for you to have the condition under control. The same thing like if you're having hypertension, you don't take your medication, it can escalate to a point where you can even have stroke. So we really don't cure it. And we manage. There are a lot of people who are walking on the streets, who are on medications, and they are living their normal lives. And there's no problem with them. Are we okay? Thank you.
Said mental health is the state of well-being of an individual, which helps the individual cope with people. There are some people who don't cope with others, meaning they are antisocial, but they don't show any abnormal behavior. So, like, does that mean they have mental problems which they don't show or?
That's a good question that we are paying very good attention. The antisocial does not mean that they have mental health problems. That is their temperament. That is their temperament. For mental health problems, three things are very critical. Your thinking, your feelings, and your behavior. Even that, other factors are involved. And for that matter, if you report yourself that you need help, you will be examined fully. The clinical psychologist will talk to you, the psychiatrist will assess you, go to lab, you go to body physical check, and all that before that conclusion will be drawn. So being antisocial, that is the person's temperament. It has its good side and has its bad side. It is up to you, the individual, to manage that kind of temperament well. Alright, so that will be all.